Welcome to this week's Weather Impact. I'm meteorologist Matt Willoughby, and this week we're talking about the difference between a watch and a warning. Now, of course, we have all types of advisories, watches, and warnings, but for this segment, we're going to specifically focus on the ones we typically see during summer months and during the severe weather season. So we just started off for you to at least define the difference between a watch and a warning. When we talk about a watch, all the ingredients are there for that severe weather or for that warning to happen. But if you have one ingredient likely missing, won't necessarily see that watch issue. But once you have all those ingredients together, well, that's when that watch is issued. But hey, with those ingredients all come together, that's when you need to take action and when that warning is in fact issued. So this is kind of basically a basic way how we can define the difference between a watch and a warning, but likely to break this down with some of those examples. A flood advisory. When we talk about flood advisories, we're talking some minor flooding, not necessarily life-threatening, but definitely can still see some flooded roads and even some standing water in some areas if a flood advisory is in effect. Now, when we talk about a flash flood warning, well, this is likely when a flooding is in fact imminent, and we're talking high water on the roadways, and those creeks and rivers may flood to cause even more problems. So anytime you see warning, you do want to act and take action if possible when you do see warning behind, whether it's a flash flood, blizzard warning, snow warning, or even a tornado warning specifically. So a lot of those warnings, definitely take action on any warning you may see. Now, when we talk about a severe thunderstorm warning, some of those criteria, there are different criteria. When a severe thunderstorm is issued, you basically have that base severe thunderstorm issue, but there can be more severe threats to this. Typically, you see that base when it is 58 miles per hour or quarter-size hail, but a considerable tag is when we see an even more dangerous severe thunderstorm warning. And that's when we could like to see golf ball size hail and even 70 mile per hour wind gusts. But pretty much destructive. This is the one you really want to pay attention to. This is one of the more dangerous severe thunderstorm warnings, and this is when we can likely see even baseball size hail. So when you do see these warnings, you'll see it on your phone come up, whether it's the WTOL 11 weather app, and even on the website for the NWS as well. You'll see that this severe thunderstorm warning is in effect for some destructive winds. And if you do see that, whether it's considerable or base, you still want to be careful out there if you are out and about. Now, we're talking about tornado terminology. When we say a tornado watch, we talk about those conditions are favorable for a tornado to form, but that does not mean a tornado is currently active. But when we say tornado warning, well, you absolutely need to take action right away. And that's when a tornado has either been spotted or at least it is indicated by radar. But when we talk the more serious part of this, a tornado emergency, you definitely need to take action. Likely that severe threat, a tornado is likely imminent and likely will be a catastrophic event if you do have that tag of a tornado warning. Now, we talk about the tornado warnings issued so far this year. We've seen quite a few throughout Northwest Ohio and into Southeast Michigan, quite a few throughout in Hillsdale and even out into Putnam and eventually in Findlay and likely into southern Wood County. We've seen several tornado warnings throughout our time this year. And of course, our most recent one came just last week, right around August 6th, where we saw those tornado warnings, but no tornado on the ground. Now, we widen this picture out. We have seen, like I said, several tornado warnings throughout the year, and to count it up for you, we've seen over 6,000 tornado warnings issued by the National Weather Service so far this year. To break this number down even more, though, so far, we've seen tornado warning issues so far, just over 6,000. But when we break this down of how rare this season really is, well, tornado warnings issued all of last year, right around 5,000 or just over 5,000. And we're already over 910 more warnings this year already. Now, keep in mind, we got about 4 months left in the year that we could see even more tornado warnings out there for you. So this is really a special year for severe weather. We break down tornadoes by the year, though. Well, we are in likely one of those historic years, and we're starting to see that trend, you can tell, rise even more. We're starting this off at 1954. You've slowly seen that trend rise and rise and rise. And as it stands right now, we've already seen about tornado reports just over 1,400 tornado reports so far, and that record is around 1,800, and we typically average right around 978, so likely a well above average year. So when we talk about all different warnings, we'll continue to see those differently throughout the year. Of course, as we go throughout the fall months and even winter months, we talk about those winter watches and warnings, and we'll continue to break those down for you and make sure you know the difference between all those watches, warnings, and advisories. But we thank you for tuning in to this week's WTOL 11 Weather Impact. I'm meteorologist Matt Willoughby. Thanks for watching.